got so well. I finally got to move into her being my main tank, like I
Sure,
wanted to. So
sure.
I was mainly playing her, and then flexing back onto Hazard and Winston whenever I needed them.
Yeah, okay. Makes total sense. Makes total sense. Um, so looking at practice quality then obviously. So talk me through your aim lab stuff.
So normally, every day I'll usually do about 10 to 20 minutes of aim lab.
Yeah,
Every single day, and I just have I'm trying to complete a whole bunch of them for like achievements and stuff, but once that's
sure.
done in the next couple of weeks, I uh I'm gonna start doing like longer flick shots and tracking and stuff. I've been messing with my accuracy, trying to increase the speed of it. I'm at like 7500 EDPI, but I was gonna wonder what you recommended on that stuff, so
Sure. I mean, for EDPI, it really depends on your mouse pad space. So, about how many centimeters or inches are you currently working with?
Mine's like mine's a ridiculous like foot by foot. It's one of the really
Okay.
large mouse pads.
Yeah.
Like
So, so,
I have the
so
whole space.
right. So then 7,500 EDPI, you could probably even go lower than that. I would say optimally, you'd probably be somewhere under 6,000, something like that. And the reason why
I
that's the
felt
case,
like
yeah,
I
go
felt
ahead.
like 7,000 was too low. That's why I jumped
Uh,
it up to 75.
Yeah, no, no, no. If you have the space, like here's the way that aiming should work. Okay, so like there should be a small adjustment should be done with your fingers, medium adjustments should be done with your mouth, like your wrist, right? And then large adjustments should be done with your arm. If you're not really using your arm much on major tracks, so like major flicks, then that your sensitivity is simply too high.
Okay.
And the reason why that's the case is because the more different aim styles that you have, the more accurate you're going to be under more circumstances. The problem with people with really high sensitivity is that they're very imprecise with small adjustments because it's really easy to over or undershoot. In addition to that, every single tool utilized has to do with your fingers. There's no wrist, there's no arm. You don't have any tools for anything that resembles a small adjustment. You see what I'm saying? Everything
Yeah.
is done at the same thing. Now you're not at that level. You're definitely a wrist and hand aimer, so your sense is not hyper high. It's like there's going to be even occasional, like if you have to do a 180, you're probably still using your arm right now. But
Yeah.
let me actually pull up this because it'll be easier to demonstrate what I'm talking about here in a second. So I'm at 3,200, which is a little low, but
Really? Wow.
yeah, but
Because
it's not.
I heard that the pros were like 77,000 to like
No, no,
10,000,
no,
and
no,
some
no,
of
no,
the
no, no,
tanks were
no.
at like 10.
I'm not sure who told you that, but that was a
I
lot
was
of.
Googling it. It's what I saw on the internet.
Okay, yeah. So, well, the internet lies to you. There might be some
What?
tank players that operate in there, but most pros I know are going to be anywhere from, depending on the role, either from 3,000 to 5,000, depending on the role. Tanks might be a
Okay.
little bit different, but I don't really think that any particular sensitivity is more important with tank because the argument is that higher sensitivities make 180s easier. But honestly, tracers and Genji players are doing more 180s than you're doing half the time on tank. And those guys are still saying,
My problem was if a Genji or Tracer jumps behind me and I'm flipping around because I'm a brawl tank on the front line. So
right. So this is what 3,200 looks like. Easy rotations. I mean, it's a lot of flicking and motions, but this is not something I would run if I was a Genji Tracer main because I'd want to be more precise. But as you can see, it's like I still have a lot of control over like making aggressive mouse movements. You can maybe even hear my mouse like clanking in the
I can
background.
hear it.
Yeah, but that's just something that you get used to, and actually allows me to be still pretty precise because it's really hard for me to overshoot. Okay, there's some latency there. It's really hard for me to overshoot because if I overshoot by like a centimeter on a lower sensitivity, I'm still hitting him in the head. Like this is right here. If I use my full wrist range of motion, this is as far as I can go. So it's actually
Oh,
pretty
okay.
forgiving with missing here, and I can still move pretty fluidly. Now, if we go to your sensitivity, which would be over what 7,500, so that would be 1,600. That would be about 4.5, right? We'll just say like 4.5.
Yeah.
So that would be, let's say 4.7. It's gonna be our closest, I think. This means here that if I use my full mouse pad here, I can do one, two 360s, and that's just generally not very necessary. And it generally means that if I overshoot by a little bit here, I mean, I can adjust, but if I overshoot here, I'm like overshooting by a lot. There's a lot less forgiveness. So you want a sensitivity that's going to allow you to be able to comfortably 180 without running out of mouse pad space most of the time, but you're not going to need this. So what DPI are you
Okay.
running right now?
14 1400.
1,400, right? So what you could do is you could go anywhere from like 2, which is probably too low, to 4, that would be my recommendation, somewhere along those lines, because you're running a slightly lower DPI than I am. So, but I would try working your way down to somewhere like anywhere from 2 to 4. Reasonably, I think 3 to 4 is probably going to be your best bet. That way you can comfortably 180. It's going to be a slightly higher than average sensitivity, so it's not going to feel super foreign to you, and then roll with that. That would be my recommendation.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, even just jumping onto 4 is going to be a significant improvement in terms of your consistency. Now, obviously, it's going to be a little bit awkward at first, but the way sensitivity and the way like our brains work is changes in sensitivity do not reset your mechanics. It will be an uncomfortable day or so, but then within like a week, you're going to be right back where you were before. So, yeah, I mean, I've had pros that like change their sensitivity on the weeks because they had like some sort of like psychosis with it. You know what I'm saying? And so we had to break that habit, but in the end, it really doesn't like trash your aim to change your sense. It's just not something you wanted to be doing long term. Okay, Hazard and Queen. Queen, since you've been spending more time aim training, has felt better because that's ultimately sounded like that was your goal to begin with. Like, I want to play Queen primarily, but it was like more of an aim thing for you.
Yes, it was an aim thing. I found out it was an aim thing.
Okay, well then now we're more confident with it. Now we're cruising with it, and then Hazard is used where?
Hazard is kind of the flex if usually the only thing that pulls out Hazard is a May. Immediately I'll jump on a Hazard. Yeah, and then anything with high ground, I'll usually try to do Hazard, but most of the time I'll flex to Winston.
Yeah. I mean,
but the other thing is, and like I said originally last time, is I was a high diamond on console. I was getting to those points where even like Junkerqueen's gotten to the point where she's starting to take over the high ground maps because she's even better. Like she's better than my Hazard, so it doesn't matter anymore. I'm outplaying everything. So
yeah. Well, if you're good enough, you can make anything work, and if you're enjoying the character, you're gonna be good enough. You get what I'm saying? So it's gonna feel like you're gonna find a solution for everything. So, and at least you have a bit of speed, you have a bit of range with your Gracie, you know. So it's like you're not the worst tank for high ground, you know, by any means. Okay, where are you at rank wise?
I'm a Diamond 5.
Excellent, big improvement. In terms of fundamentally how you're training, do you feel like it's been mostly mechanics and wall usage for Hazard, and then just mechanics, like I said, for Queen? Has there been anything that's changed with how you've practiced, the consistency with which you've practiced, positioning, anything else that we spoke about, or anything that you figured out on your own?
No, it's mainly, like I said, it's mainly just been Queen so much. And then the walls, I've been trying not to use the walls too wastefully. I was kind of using them in the wrong way last time, and I've been trying to use them better to at least section off every time and cut something off. Okay, sounds good. Do you have any questions about practice specifically? Because obviously this is not our first session, but no, I need to go rewatch your videos and stuff on it because I know you linked a whole bunch on the document. That's I fine. Didn't see that part of the document.
That's all right. I mean, aim training and finding a character that you enjoy like a lot is like going to be one of the couple of the pillars of actually improvement. So like that alone is a huge thing. But yeah, now that you've kind of settled in, I would go back and just take a quick look at that and see if any questions come up and just message me. Because like I said, I love talking strategy and feedback, and that stuff is important. But like the majority, 50-60% of your improvement is going to come from the stupid basic stuff. Like I'm going to aim train, or I'm going to play the game consistently, or I'm going to stick with one character. Or it just, that stuff matters so much more than anything I could tell you. So, okay. Any questions about Junkerqueen or anything else before I guess we jump into replays here?
I did. So perk usage for the because I'm running 4 tanks right now. I'm running Zarya as well, and I'm trying to get her. Now that I've reached Diamond, I've kind of reached my goal. So I'm trying to run all of these tanks together. How do you recommend running multiple tanks like that when I'm trying to get all of them? Right now I just want to level them up to like level 100 and try to get them all to Diamond, but
I would only play them in quick play. I would only play them in quick play. I would stick with your core pool and competitive, and if you're just like screwing around having fun, just play them in quick play only. No problem.
I would like to take all of them. I'd like to get all of them into competitive because I want to get them all to Diamond.
Yeah, I understand that, but I think if that's going to be your goal, then you're probably going to need to do it sequentially rather than all at once.
So what do you mean by sequentially? Should I play like 1 a week or 2 weeks?
No, because you should play probably 1 or 2 for a month.
Oh, okay, do it monthly.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
The bad news is like, okay, let's put it this way. So whenever I've worked with pro players on like let's say if I had like Hadi or another professional player playing all the tanks, do you think Hadi would be anything other than Grandmaster on every tank? Now he'd be great on literally every tank, but he would kind of be clueless on a couple of tanks, like basic mechanics and like how to use their cooldowns. He would just get by in basic fundamental positioning and mechanics and aim.
Right.
If you're cool with that, then we just need to get you to like masters for you to be diamond on every tank. That way, it doesn't matter if you know nothing about Wrecking Ball. You can just show up, roll around, and shoot people in the head and win. You get what I'm saying? That's fine.
Yeah.
If you're talking about like I want to like actually have a pretty decent understanding of like what the tank does and have like a decent and like then we're talking about a year. It's gonna take you about a year, maybe longer.
Okay.
Stuff carries over a lot. You will learn every second and third and fourth tank faster, most likely. But it's going to take a time commitment for sure. And if you're bringing in Noah's Ark into the ranked competitive ladder right now, you're just going to suck at about 2/3 of the tanks.
Okay.
Because
Even though they're already my tanks, because Zarya and Winston, I'd always played in Overwatch 1.
Sure,
so
but you're not as good at
it's
them
just
as you
kind
think
of-
you are. That's the problem.
No, yeah, definitely. I took it to your break, so
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
I've
look
been
at
mainly
Queen,
playing
right?
Queen has-
Like you've improved a lot at Queen, but it's taken a lot of time, right, and a lot of effort and some aim training and stuff like that, and even with Hazard, right? Like Hazard, I'm sure you've made some leaps and bounds, no pun intended, at improving. But at the same time, like, do you really feel confident that like, oh, I'm so much better at Hazard, right? It's probably like I've made a good improvement, but like still got a ways to go. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not you. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just your expectations, I think, are a little bit starry-eyed. Like I think the way to look at it is like we could coach you to where you play like a lot of tanks, and we could have a long conversation about like how to min-max the map. In other words, I will have you play Zarya on the map where even if you don't know exactly how to play Zarya, you just win. Right? Like you're playing Orisa and Lijiang Tower. Just pick Zarya, insta win a lot of the time. You play in Gibraltar, you could probably pick Winston and only have like a halfway decent idea of what you're doing, still win. You could pick like, I don't know, Roadhog and Ilios and probably do okay if you have like halfway decent aim. You understand what I'm saying? Like we have statistics on map win rates for characters and they go up and down a lot depending on the map. But
yeah, I watched that clip of you talking about it.
Yeah. So there's like a lot of ways that you could exploit that, but it would really just be kind of abusing the maps rather than actually knowing how to play the characters. And even then, it still wouldn't be easy. Like you'd have to study up. You'd have to do your homework. You'd have to know when and where to play each one, right? Which is a bit of a pain. So it's up to you. Like it's really your goal here. And so like
I just want my 4. I just to me, I'm like all I want is my 4 up to
Winston,
diamond.
Reaper,
So
Zarya, Queen, right?
Winston,
Reaper, what am I
Hazard.
saying? Hazard.
Yeah.
Sorry, Reaper. Yeah.
Yeah,
the other
Zarya,
tank
Queen.
guy. Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, we could definitely do that. I would still encourage you to go for cycles, like month cycle of 2, month cycle of 2, month cycle of 2, 3 or 4 weeks, probably the shortest, what I would say. And then just pivot depending on what you're like. If you're getting bored of Queen or getting bored of Hazard, and you're like, let's bring in Winston for a little bit, and he'll be my alternate to Queen. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, totally. I mean, they're all 4 like halfway decent right now, so there's not really. I mean, like if you're said you're 4th with Orisa Roadhog, we might have to kind of study a little bit more, but like right now those are all fine. So
Okay.
it's up to you. I don't want to rain in your parade, but we could definitely 4 is a lot more reasonable, and we could do that in a much shorter time frame. But I would still encourage focus cycles.
Okay. Focus like a month. All right.
Yeah, 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, and then you can just replace one of the tanks with a new one. I would still recommend getting a couple of games in quick play leading up to the pivot, just so that you kind of get comfortable with the basics, and then focus in on the things that you think are important with the character, allow yourself to train it, and just really grind the mechanics of the character. So, okay. Any other questions?
They're perks.
Yes.
So the main one for Queen is Willy Willy versus the Savage. I've been using Willy Willy normally, but Savage more for like the Roadhog issues.
Any tank that you're connecting with, Rhine, Roadhog, basically any tank that you're consistently cleaving, I think Savage Situation is really good. But if that's not happening, then I think Willy Willy is like guaranteed. So in my experience with Queen, what generally ends up happening is they're either going to be in a dive tank or they're going to counter swap me with like Orisa or Zarya or something. Yeah, and then it just feels like Savage Satiation is too inconsistent. Like cleaving a fortified Orisa with Savage Satiation is like whatever. Like, I'm not really want to play interface most of the time anyway. So I find myself picking Willy Willy like 65, 70% of the time.
Okay, so you wouldn't pick Willy Willy into a hog.
I mean, you could. It just depends on how much are you like smacking him in the face, which is going to be more of a
Like
map
I had a
thing, right?
game. I just had a game that I wanted, but it got cleaned on Tuesday.
We love
Was
that game.
a Roadhog where it was a Roadhog, and then they had like an Echo Soldier, and they avoided me the whole time. Where I was just fighting the Roadhog. I had like a 2 minute straight fight with Roadhog.
Yeah.
Of just me and him. Wu Young boosted me. Mercy was pocketing him.
Yeah.
It was just back and forth.
Yeah.
So that you would be fine with taking the.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. I mean, more healing on a tank that you're consistently hitting basically every time you use the cooldown. Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then for Hazard, the wall versus the explosive bones, his majors.
It's still situational, right? Like if you're playing versus like an explosive, super high damage comp, and you're not really sitting there poking a lot, and you're like you need more block resource, just use that. But if there's like Maze or Reapers or tanks that you're just trading with over these like extended trades, then the other one's pretty good. Bone Spur.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely more like how much am I like kind of poking and prodding, or versus how much am I just like going after these big bursts and hiding and just needing to use my block heavily.
Okay.
Yeah, the other minor perk, like I don't know what they're doing. It's still trash. I don't know, like whoopee.
I didn't even write it down because I know you don't like the opposite one for charge for rampant charge or deep leap. You'd like those two. So
yeah, it's just terrible.
I've liked them. Yeah.
Yeah, the rampant charge one is definitely a little worse, but it's still like you still gotta choose it. And then the hazard one's even worse. Like it's like you got like 4 or 5 more healing per second. It's just terrible.
Yeah,
it's
a
terrible.
life steal or whatever.
Yeah, it's terrible. So yeah.
And then Winston's are barrier toss. What did you think about the barrier toss? Because you said you were gonna.
So
because I saw Flats pick it up once, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, let me start using it.
I think that's just we haven't really had a Winston meta at the professional level since that has been released. I do think that that's going to give you a lot of outplay options versus comps, which is really important for you to get an accurate bubble placement. Anything with Brigitte on. I mean, it's like what I initially saw, but Brig on a cast. Anything that you need to like block that one cooldown really well, but you still don't want to like. Because the thing is that the bubble travels with you, right? So you can actually get good land on them. You can land on them and get the bubble block, right? That's the crazy thing.
Did bubble change in Overwatch 2? Because it felt like the travel. I feel like when I pop bubble, it lands behind me.
No.
And I don't know if it's just me not playing for 2 years or
probably just
it
not playing
feels
for 2
different.
Years. It might, there might be something different, but to my knowledge, there's nothing different. But
nothing changed with it. Okay.
To my knowledge, no.
Right.
But yeah,
because the barrier toss I've actually enjoyed because it travels with me to what I think the bubble should have been doing instead of just dropping immediately. Okay.
So I would say any situation where like they're playing compositions that you have to block the key cooldown at the key time, and there's going to be like half a dozen characters that might be useful, then that's pretty good. Pretty good.
Okay. And then I think Zarya ones I've got. I think the Zarya ones I'm fine with.
Yeah, Zarya is pretty straightforward most of the time. The
Energy converter.
Cool. Yeah,
I never used the verticality.
It's really good. It's just competing with like one of the best minor perks in the entire. Heck, it's competing with one of the best perks period in the entire game. So like it's gonna get nerfed at some point. But until then, just use it every time.
Yeah, I had one game where I was like, "Oh, I could really use that jump up," and I've never felt that way again with her. Like,
yeah, it's good. It's
so
really
rare.
good. It's too. The other one's just too good. It's just insanely good at keeping your charge up and just doing more damage all the time. It's good in literally every situation, sadly. So.
And then the Lance, you said just if they were stacked up and like closer comps, but I'm at higher ranks. Like,
it's more along the lines of like, are you ever bubbling a teammate? Are they getting dove? Are they going aggressive? If the answer is literally never, always choose Lance. If the answer yes occasionally, then always choose the other one. Because both are pretty situational in terms of value. Like Lance is going to accidentally get value sometimes. So you're looking for something consistent with her major perks, basically. And you don't really know which one it's going to be until you've played out the fight a little bit, if that makes sense.
And what do you want with Lance? So spotter is if they're being dove. What did you want for Lance?
The spotters, if anything, is getting bubble other than you. Even if you're like, let's say you're running like Reaper, Genji, Venture, or just in general somebody's playing hyper aggressive, then that's really good. Spotter's great.
It's usually Doomfist and Ball that I see a lot of that they're wrecking my backline. So I need spotter if I'm doing
then spotter that. Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's ironic because her major perks are just way less consistent than her minor perks, which is anti what they've said about the perks. It's like, it's whatever. So yeah, I mean, but it's really going to depend on the situation. Yeah.
Okay,
And
that's all
then
my question.
Winston Majors, you're clear on as well.
Yeah, because it's the chain lightning
Yeah.
and then the rep. I usually just pick the barrier one, but you said the chain lightning if you were just gonna poke the whole time and they're melting the barrier.
Yeah, I wouldn't poke the whole time, no matter what I'm playing Winston
Yeah,
into.
yeah,
But
that's right.
however, if
Yeah,
your
if
bubble's
it's got like a
exploding, right?
Malga
Yeah.
Bastion.
Basically, what's going to happen is you're going to stage on high ground. You're going to drop onto their backline. Malga Bastion's going to turn on you. Your bubble's going to explode, and you're going to jump out instantly, right? And that's still good.
Yeah.
That's how you play Winston versus that. But you're not going to. You're going to get a 30 hole healing, So yeah, chain lightning is going to be better there.
Okay.
Okay, we can take a look here then. So let me get this pulled up here. Which code do you want to start with here?
Definitely that Junkerqueen with Winston one, the first one, that
Havana or Circuit?
Havana.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, obviously, codes got wiped, but this just feels like a bad.
I know. I'm so mad because I had like these 3 or 4 games. I was like, oh, these are perfect. It's exactly what I want.
I was crying about it, man. It's so frustrating.
Last time I signed up with you, I was 2 days after the new season.
Yeah.
So everything got wiped last time.
It's so
I chose this date because I was like, it's not the beginning of the season, so it's not going to get wiped. But oh no, mid-season wiped.
Yeah. Freaking bug fixes. It's just obnoxious. Just tiny little bug fixes.
It was tiny bug fixes. It wasn't even important. We could have done without it.
Yeah. Okay. Quick play game. I won't judge. Just love the emote here. Yeah, so we got this. First
I've got him.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say first things first is the rule with Winston is that you just want an off angle for your engage, right? That's
Okay.
all almost without exception, really. You want an off angle. It doesn't always mean a flank. It doesn't always mean high ground because high ground is an off angle all the times. But in this situation here, we're holding this choke here, and so this is not an off angle because look at where the majority of your team's pressure is right now.
Okay.
You see it? So in terms of your staging on this map, which is a very challenging map for Winston, let's just go and clear the room here. Where should your staging be?
On that left side, then.
Right, we should be here, and you can either cleave with them here, or you can go high ground, hide, and drop on top of them. And so this is the thing with maps without a lot of high ground. What may end up happening is you may push this corner, and the Malga may turn into you and push you, and you bubble off, and you fight the Malga. That's fine. You just want to make the Malga, or whatever tank that you're trading on, turn his attention from your team onto you. And then what you do is you bubble, which bubble is insanely good at all tank trades without exception. It's it's maybe the most powerful cooldown in the game.
We'll get to see. Yeah. It's pretty good.
It's really good. But the key thing with Winston, and this is why it's balanced, is that your most powerful cooldown in the game has a 2-3 second duration a lot of time. So you get a big burst of value, basically should be taking little to no damage, doing a little bit of damage, and then just disengaging, and then you just have to pray that you did enough to help your team win. So here, it's it's not going to be so much oh, you shouldn't be doing anything to Malga. I mean, you might, right? The question is you need to be playing an off angle so that it's more inconvenient for the Malga to focus you. And you can play that off angle because you have jump. So this is fine. You're looking for a dive here. But
I'm just trying not to get pinned in here with the Malga, though, which happens immediately.
Yeah. Well, the key thing here is this is kind of why I wanted you to start on the angle and let them come
on that
to
left side.
You, right? Because if you go here, because there's nothing really that your team can do right now, it's really easy for you to get isolated here. So it's essentially you want to be synchronizing your pressure. If you fight here, you know that your teammates can be shooting something. Even if it's not the Ashe. It could be shooting Malga, it could be shooting Echo, it could be shooting Weird, and so on. So the problem with fighting in here is unless your team is pushing forward to shoot this guy or shoot this guy or shoot this guy, you're literally 1v5ing right now. Maybe your soldier can get a little bit of damage here, but then Weird disengages and now they can't shoot anything. So that's the rule of the Winston, right? You have mobility, but you have to make sure your team can do something when you do something, right? It doesn't have to be in a follow-up to your dive. It could be a completely different target, but you cannot do something. In addition, when you're between cycles, you must set up, right? So where's your off angle for your next jump here, or for your next?
Oh, I'm going to the truck here in a moment.
So this is an off angle here. Okay, I need you to do better than that. That's fine because that's
you want me to take the high ground.
I want you to take the high ground. Now, why is that? Because there's nobody there, and what can you do from this position? You could fight Echo, drop down, right? Bubble cycle, jump out again. Now, the reason why that's better is because it's deeper, it's sneakier, it's something you don't have to use jump for, the cover's better, and so on. Go ahead.
The problem with that, though, is because I'm a brawl tank, I instinctively want to stay within line of sight. So when I go up to that high ground, the truck is more available for the support here.
What do you mean brawl tank?
So I'm a Junkerqueen Zarya Hazard. So I always stay within the line of the support.
Let me ask you a question. If I'm playing Junkerqueen here and I can't close the gap on anything, should I be rotating to top just to see what I can find?
I'd rotate to the wall on the left.
Sure, but
On
you
the
still look for
ground.
opportunities here. Don't
Yeah.
don't even differ. Basically, you need to go find an off angle here, and because you're Winston and have your jump and your bubble, you need to go do so. Now, the reason why this is important is because what can you do without your pressure? Like, right? For example, do you really want to do something right now? Look at your resources.
Yes.
Yes, you
No,
do.
because I need
Yes,
help.
well, no, but you see what I'm saying, right? The problem is that like I have bubble,
My resources, I just don't have help.
but I don't have health, right? So you're in a position where you don't really want to do something now, but you need to do something soon. So what are we doing? We're screwing around, right? I'm not. I mean, this is what we're here for, right? We're trying, but ultimately, we can't really do anything here now anyway. So that's what you do with Winston between these cycles, and that's why it was so bad for you to get slammed here. Because not only did you lose HP, you lost time that you should have been taking between that bubble cycle and echo to go take high ground and do another one. So it's get a big cycle, big pressure, disengage, live, whatever. While you're waiting for your resources to come back, set up for your next engage. Over and over and over and over again. So like this is fine-ish. I mean, it could have been done better. You should have gotten the kill. Problem is just too late. So now we should just stop. Okay. Sure.
This is
fine.
a weird one too because I usually try to save the cart here.
Well, it's good.
So
It's good.
okay, this is fine.
Yeah,
All right.
you should just have killed the Ash. Like right here, you're doing the right thing. You realize that you have to worry about card. You have your bubble. You've managed your HP a little bit better. The problem here, as soon as this Juno's gone, you got to turn immediately onto the Ash. So you're just a little slow. So you take too much damage here. You see it? Too much damage.
Yeah.
And she should die. She should just freaking die.
She will.
Yeah. Okay. So this
We got
situation
this
here,
one.
it's like, oh, but we all died. Like, should I have done it? No. You do not win this because you trolled the previous 2 engages. That's why. You put yourself in a bad spot. That's all. That's all. Like, your team is all clumped up. The enemy team deserves to win that one because you messed up the previous 2 fights. You did okay here. You did okay. And because of that, you got a kill because you did okay. But that's not enough. So, yeah, that's it. Makes sense?
Yeah.
Set up, angle, go. Set up, angle, go. No hesitation. This is good. We can fight this if we want. We can bubble this even if we want to. Like, you don't have to think for a big juicy dive on backline. Even bubbling here just to get her to fly out and leave and get pocket from her team, totally fine.
Yeah,
Totally fine.
Yeah, I wouldn't have followed her because the Malga.
Yeah, exactly.
She
But
would've
but you said you were not allowed to have this off angle, and I'm going to keep my HP nice and cozy.
Yeah.
This is a mistake. What should you be doing right now?
I don't know.
Nothing.
Okay.
Right? Nothing. Why? What are you waiting for?
Them to push forward and then the cart, I guess.
Well, look at your resources again.
My bubble.
Bubble, right. So you're going to sit here and you're going to listen. Now, I'm not saying you should never do anything without bubble, but you need a really good reason to. So what I would do is I'd wait and I'd listen. And maybe because I killed the Echo, where could you stage for your next dive if you did have bubble?
High ground there. Just stay there in the window.
You could go around here even.
Oh, okay. Go in the back.
See what I'm saying? You've earned the angle, right? You cleared the Echo out. So now that you get a better stage in the backline if you want. So this here is fine in terms of like we actually got an angle there. But you see how we're not able to connect with anything? Because look at where we staged from. Not only did we stage without bubble, we staged in front of our entire team instead of using an angle. We had the flank. Take it. It's kind of like you were saying, you're thinking a little bit like a brawl tank, you know? You're thinking like, oh, I don't have mobility. Oh, but you do, though. You do. You do have mobility. In addition, one of the differences between Queen and Hazard is, I mean, they all have mobility as well, but also you have these cycles where you're really lethal, and then cycles when you almost literally do nothing. And getting comfortable with that is really important. See, even here, right? So you're between your bubble cycle, like let's say right here, right? So what should you do right now? No, just
Nothing.
right.
Is that what you...
Yeah,
Okay.
no, exactly. In terms of threat, you should do nothing. But can you be setting up right here? And if so, where?
I actually don't know where because there's not really just the window again.
Just go up here again.
Would be-
And you're gonna go up here, and then you're gonna have 3, 2, 1. Oh, bubble. Oh, shoot. Zzz, kill her. Force her out. Force her copy. Whatever. And then if you win her or kill her or whatever, well, then you're gonna do the exact same thing. She's dead. He's dead. He's dead. You see what I'm saying? Instead of you're kind of shoving your face into the middle of the enemy team. I don't think mechanically you're looking bad here. Like we're moving around okay. But this is like the key thing with Winston. It's using your downtime to set up and then fighting and setting up and fighting and setting up over and over and over and over again. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And this one is just, I don't hate this, but like you're not.
I don't know
kill.
what to do here because we're out in the open.
Yeah,
and
this fight is lost.
I feel
this,
goofy.
This fight
This
is
is goofy.
Yeah, this fight was lost. Your Sojourn's dead. They've popped the support ult. Your Mercy's dead. Your Sojourn got res, but they have a copy, and then now your Bastion's
I hear the
dead.
copy, so I go to the
Yeah,
copy.
this fight's over. I would just save the primal here. Yeah.
Okay.
Best case scenario, you're gonna kill the Echo copy, and then she's just gonna fly
I didn't kill
away.
anything. Yeah, she got out of copy, and then I just
all right,
regrouped in the back. So
Okay. Where's your angle here? Where can you? So first off, you probably need to wait here. You have at least one person in spawn. I've got 2 people in spawn. So this is a mistake. You're gonna die for this.
I do not die. Mercy pockets me the whole time, and Bastion melts it.
Okay. So where should we have set up here? Where should we have set up here?
Do you want the right side over there?
I mean, I don't want it. I don't want it. You want it, right?
I want
you
it,
want
yeah.
it. You want it. You want an angle here. You cannot meet these guys face forward. You're waiting for your bubble cycle anyway. You're waiting for your team. So where's a safe flank somewhere where you can pull resources and get close to the enemy team? Walking and standing in the open here is not the play. So find a way to get closer to them using your mobility. And it's
just
not
luck
here.
there. This is just luck, yeah.
Yeah, very, very much. Oh, it's partially just because, and even here, right, you've got to be really careful. You're still waiting for a bubble. Would have waited just a second longer before I did that. Yeah. Good shots. Okay. Now, set up, get ready, take your angle, and go. Sure, this is fine. A little bit off to the side. You can shoot a few all fires, it's all right. Sure. Because you know what? If you don't kill her, I really like this position for you. You see what I'm saying? We've talked about this before. So if you can get this position here, even if you don't kill her, it's really good. So she's out. So you can either chase that, or you can use the position that you got. Sure. Okay. I don't love this angle here. What could you have done instead from here? This is tricky.
Would push to the left behind the barrels because
Sure.
I still don't want because I still want to stay away from them.
Yeah, wait for turret form at least, right? So like this is the big thing though. Like you're like all of a sudden we're lurking on flanks and hiding and whatever, and maybe we'll fight the Echo again or something. That's fine. So technically you're on a bit of an angle as long as you can stay in the side here. You definitely need to use your bubble here. So this isn't terrible in terms of preserving your HP, but yeah. Unfortunately, I think you meant to go to high ground there. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I did. I just came up short.
It's okay. Good. This is nice. Definitely a little early with a bubble, but this is fine.
Yeah,
but it's fine. You preserved a lot of HP, and we're again landing on positions that we want to go. Oh, that sucks.
That's so close.
It's unfortunate because you had to deal with point. It's okay. Yeah, this is most of this is towards the end has just been more mechanics in terms of just the ability to finish off kills.
It's mainly I'm not positioning correctly to begin the fights.
That's the key thing here. Like I don't think there's been any like major egregious strategy decisions. You've tried to preserve your HP. You've kind of chased some targets around, which have been pretty reasonable. It's the starts of these fights that you've not created enough an advantage because you're not taking angles enough, right? You just need
because I want to keep inside of the support.
Right.
That's what I'm doing. Is okay.
The balance with Winston is that the reason that you need support is because you take damage. So how about you just don't take damage?
Okay.
You understand? So that's better than demanding support or being a supportive, because then that means that your Mercy can damage boost. It means your Wound can shoot his gun, right? That it's more efficient to let your supports do damage than it is for you to have healing. Doesn't mean that you should never demand healing. Maybe your return on investment will be insane, right? But the key point is that you should avoid just taking unnecessary damage by taking angles while you're waiting for your bubble. Take an angle, use your bubble on anything. Malga, backline, Echo, I don't care. As we saw there, a lot of the targets that we would have run into were like Echo and so on because the Malga can't get up here very easily. But on first point, because it was really flat, it probably would have been a Malga tank trade here. And then you would have used this high ground here, and then you probably would have connected with Juno or Wuyon. You kind of see what I'm saying? So we're not really going for specific targets. We're just using an angle that feels right with Winston, using our mobility going off to the side or going up top. Use a bubble cycle, get out, rinse and repeat over and over and over and over and over again. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's really all Winston is. And like the thing that makes Winston unique is that he does those cycles and he's really strong during the bubble. Other dive tanks, like even Hazard, like we talked about the wall. Hazard's wall is a lot weaker than bubble, but he has more consistent uptime. Winston doesn't. So, okay. Now this is obviously a very challenging map for Winston, and I like the swap to Junkerqueen, especially on third.
Well, I was stunned in your map win rates that Junkerqueen, I'm going to start playing her on Rialto and Havana because she's got such a high win rate on them.
She's also just really good right now. Like I think like partly the map win rate for her is that there's some maps that she's good on for sure, but I think she's like Wrecking Ball to where like there are definitely some bad maps for her, but she's just good. So she doesn't really have major bad maps. Like I'd be surprised.
This just feels so open that the DPS, like the longer range DPS, are going to cause issues. That's what I was scared of, and that's why I've always played Winston and Hazard on these maps.
For sure, but then if you get into positions like this, you know, or we get into positions like this, or locations like this, you're going to pop off. You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah. There's spaces where you're going to be bad, but yeah, like you could just shout at a guy right there, and he's
well, yeah. Well, I saw Sojourn go in, so I tried to come in and follow.
I mean, you're waiting more for your support. I mean, this is a quick play game, so people are going to be doing goofy things. So
yep, Mercy's in the spawn right now.
Yeah, exactly. So this is why Junkerqueen is decent on this map. I mean, that knife needs to hit, right? And then we need to be looking at Bastion, not Malgo, because if you can choose, you'll always choose this guy, right? But this is fine.
I was trying to pull him off the team.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. But like I said, who's more threatening, Amalgo or Bastion? You know? Mm-hmm. Even if you're not sure, I know which one you can scare off a lot faster, right?
Yeah,
so don't think about this guy instead. Think about your own preservation. So these shots in Juno are pretty reasonable. So it's crazy that she gets out. This Carnage is fine. Good use of payload. Oh gosh, support ult scary. Good support ult in response. Yeah, it's fine. Good shots. Way to hold their space. Yeah, this is fine. The only thing is the initial target focus on Bastion was bad, but yeah, that was good. Yeah, no complaints. This looks good. Just hit the freaking knives, you know? Slow it down.
Yeah.
And obviously that's kind of funny. It happens. Good. We could probably shout get that, or you could just rotate back to the left again.
He's got the Wu Yang with him, so
yeah. Off angles are still important with queens. I'll take something like this here, as long as my team can pocket me, it's okay.
Okay.
But with Winston, I would be like doing crazy stuff. I'd be hiding here and like lurking around.
Okay, I need to focus on that then.
Or even if I'm gonna be here, then I'm gonna be hiding here, and then I'm gonna drop to bubble backline and then just jump out immediately. You know, that's kind of what I'm looking at here. But this is fine. What makes Queen unique is that she just has this really strong neutral game where you can just fish for resources, right? Now that being said, it is your responsibility to hit your shots, to hit your ults, and to hit your Gracies, most importantly, right? So like in this situation here, you can't you have to hit that freaking Gracie. You have to.
I did. That one hit.
Did you?
Yeah, that's the.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah, see, there you go.
It didn't kill him though. The unfortunate thing is even he still didn't die.
Bastion, they've popped 3 ults and you guys didn't really have anything to respond. So as long as you guys get a touch here, which you should, it's fine. Okay, let's see what you do. Sure.
I pull him off. I try to back him off more.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's gonna reset. Most of your cooldowns here pretty quickly here. This is really good. Good use of your shots. You got shout again here. There's the nano. Kind of lost in the sauce here. So just stay.
Yeah, and I've always wondered about this of like, should I bail on the cart at some point? Because with Hazard and Winston, Queen can fight on cart in this situation, but at a certain point, it almost feels like we're gonna lose the team fight anyway because now their tank and their DPS can leave and go fight them, and I have to sit here and just babysit.
It's just you have to be good at the game. You just have to know. You look at the situation here. You know where your teammates are. You know where the payload is. You cannot leave cart.
Yeah.
Whereas previously, if the cart's here and you're married to cart instead of like pushing a sniper out right here, then you're an idiot. You got to know, right? Right now, you're looking at the context under this stressful moment, and you're making the right decision, right? It's not always easy to do, though. That's the key thing. Like right now, it's an easy decision. Most of the times when you've touched cart, I think this entire game have all been good decisions.
Okay.
Yeah, like as in nobody's near cart, you're going to lose in like 2 seconds if you don't touch. It's been fine. No complaints. It's not even a question of like, oh, I'm good on cart, so I can handle it. Like, partly. But if also nobody else is there and they're literally about to cap, you just have to touch, you know?
Yeah, which I would always do. It's just that, like, we're in mid-fight. Should I be thinking about leaving cart at some point?
If the enemy team completely leaves cart and the cart rolls back, sure.
Okay.
If you can leave cart and come right back 2 seconds later, then sure. You know?
Okay.
One of the common things I see with like mid ranks is people in OT situations refuse. Like everybody huddles on cart, and if that's the case, like if I've got 2 people on cart here, you need to leave. You need to leave.
I have to be on cart because I have the most health. I'm the only person.
It's irrelevant. It's
survive.
irrelevant. It's not completely irrelevant, but if you have somebody else in cart, then the people with most health are going to die to off angles that you should be pushing out. Don't like you're overthinking that decision making process. The answer is if people on cart, then you need to leave. That's it.
Okay.
Because the only way to defend those people is for you to go kill those threats. This situation, nobody's been on cart, so you've had to leave. Or you've had to stay. Sorry. So it's been fine. I like keeping those knives in. That's one of the little micro things with Queen that I think, unless you need an immediate yoink, that's unfortunate. It's good because it makes them sit there and think about it for a little while. You know, they can't really poke for a bit.
Oh yeah. Well, when I got Willy Willy, I get a bit trigger happy to pull it so I can hit him on the backswing.
Yeah. I mean, it depends, right? If like, for example, if I'm looking for a push here, and I hit, like, let's say a knife on Echo, I'm going to pull it immediately because I want her now, right? But if I toss it and I hit the Juno or Bastion here, I'm not going to pull it. What's the point, you know? Just leave it. It doesn't increase the cool or lower the cooldown or whatever. So just use it and let it sit. It's like right there. That's a mistake. You should let that sit. Let them sit and think about it, you know?
Just leave that one in too.
Yeah, just leave it in. Because again, the more that you leave it in, the more scared they are to peek, and that just reduces the amount of damage that your team is taking during that moment. I like the idea of what you did here. I would just be a bit more patient because I think they're still too far away. So like we could just sit here in the corner and poke out Malga really easily. Let him come a little closer, let the backline come a little closer, then do this. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Just a timing thing. And then in terms of the mechanics of what you did, I don't really have a problem with it. Because the idea was like, I'm going to shout, Carnage, and then I'm going to ult. Unfortunately, you canceled your Carnage animation, which is like, love that. I love the fact that this ult cancels animations. It just acts as if they didn't happen, and yet still has a wind-up time. It's obnoxious. So the idea here is good.
It canceled.
Yeah,
I thought I hit him.
No, it didn't. I don't believe it hit him at all, which is not... I'm not saying it's your fault. It's just something you just have to be aware of.
I didn't know it did that.
Yeah, it's annoying. But yeah, this is fine, because you're going to shout, you're going to, in theory, hit the Carnage, and then you're going to ult, and then you're going to have Carnage again, and then you're going to have a reduced cooldown on shout afterwards. So this is fine. Good job. Only thing I'd say, like I said, is just calm down with the mechanics a little bit, and then make sure that you're letting them come in a teeny bit closer so that your team can do something about it. This is the Junkerqueen win rate, by the way. I mean, this area of the map is just impossible. How did you lose so much HP? What happens here?
The Echo, it's 85 per orb, right?
Also Bastion smoke as well.
She hit all three of them.
Yeah, she's got the fat orbs.
And she goes Queen, so I have to bail out immediately.
Yeah.
And then I try to rotate, and I get... this is amazing. Got body blocked by Wu Yang.
I think this just... I mean, it's a quick play game, so whatever, right? But the main thing here is that you just took too much damage in pre-fight.
And wasted
like a lot of damage. And then we did... And then, to be honest with you, you just needed to make a play happen. They have Bastion ult, they have Copy, they have Juno ult, they're coming up on Wuyong, they're coming up on Malga Cage. Like, this is not a winnable fight for you. You need to make a mechanical play here, aka not lose so much HP, pop Queen ult, pop the Echo Copy early, force her out really fast, and so on. But yeah, it's more like the Winston thing, where it's like the initial start of the fight needed to be cleaner for you to clutch this fight, but if you don't clutch it, you're gonna lose. Main takeaways. With Winston, it was just more about the staging between your cycles, right? Just being really decisive, deliberate with your setup. With Queen, I think it was okay, like what you're trying to do. We just need to slow down the knives. This knives are very panicky. It's something that I struggled with a lot when I played Queen. It just can get like to the moments where like you're hitting literally every knife, and then all of a sudden you're just rushing literally everything and just whiffing everything. You just got to slow it down a little bit, just a little bit. I would like to see more Queen though if you're playing more, but it's up to you. We could look at Circuit, Junkertown, Rialto, your call.
We can look at the Circuit one if you want. If you want to see more Queen.
Sure. I mean, if that's your main tank right now. Right?
Yeah, but I definitely want to look at a little bit of Hazard too. If we, we can spend like 2 fights or something.
Sure. Okay. More quick play. I see.
I didn't want to play any more competitive because I was so mentally exhausted
I understand,
last week
I
because
understand.
I got diamond on Sunday, so I was like,
I
oh,
see, I see, I see, I see.
I was like, I want to go into coaching with being diamond.
Yeah, I understand. Fair enough. Nice. I'm trying to see if there's anything major here. It's a good fish on the knife. I like this corner. Maybe I would say you probably could get away with holding this corner here as queen. It's definitely high risk, high reward, but it's okay. But I don't hate this. Like, we're clearly holding this angle here. We're using cover well. We could have carded just a little faster, but it's not bad. We hit a really nice knife. I think, yeah, that's a great knife. He actually dies from that, which is hilarious. You've preserved a lot of your HP because you used shout. That's one of those situations where you used shout before you needed it, but it's because you're actively aggressing. And using the shout actually kept your health healthy. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, balance out.
yeah. You don't have to only use shout defensively. I encourage you not to. Like right now, this shout is going to keep you healthy. So then when the shout expires, you've maintained all of your health, right? That's absolutely fine. Back to your corner. Can we live and then maybe disengage here? Oh, that's unfortunate. Knife.
Oh, I got boot backwards.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I would still be more patient here as well. So like right here, there's too many characters here that are just gonna knock you back or slide away. But I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. Just get out. Yep. Just full out, all the way out to the next corner. Yep. So this is the problem with Queen. You look at this here and you're like, what mistakes did I make there? It's like a Roadhog player asking, what could I have done differently when you're 0 for 4 in hooks, right? I'm not saying that it's as punishing. Like you have more buttons to press. You can get Carnage value, you can get Shout value, you can get Gracie value, you can get Shot value, right? But if you don't hit your Gracies and you get your Carnage booped and their tank doesn't screw up, you're going to lose.
Okay.
There's not even really a way to quote-unquote clutch this with positioning because in reality, it's Circuit Royale. You're just going to hold a freaking corner, right? So there's no way to outbrain it. It's a good try. And that's okay. That's just kind of, that's why Queen is really fun to play. But that's also why Queen can just sometimes have a, you know, a bit of a lower strategic ceiling. There's only so many things that you could do if you don't hit your knives, you know? It's like right now, again, we're 0 for 2, right? The positioning has been good. The rotation has been good from you, but you've not hit a knife, so things have gotten kind of ugly. We've missed another knife, right? So just slow it down, right? I don't think the idea behind your knives is bad, right? But you got to hit them. That one, maybe. Crosshair was a little too low. Did you notice that? Just a little too low, right? The actual placement was okay. So rotation-wise positioning from you, it's actually pretty decent here. I definitely would be holding this corner here at this point. Definitely. Your team is definitely pushing up. You can rotate forward there.
Okay.
A little wide there. I'd hug that left corner. Definitely walk forward here. Sure. It's way too early. Carnage is like, you either need to surprise people with it, which I think is kind of the intention here, but I don't think there's any reason for them to be here.
I was hoping the Winston would jiggle peek.
Yeah, I understand.
Like, get him on the outside.
So you either need to catch them early or you need to catch them late when there's nothing they can do about it. So, chop. Sure. Let's use the knife. It's unfortunate.
Trying to get an angle and put some pressure on the side there.
Yeah, I mean the rotation. Yeah, it just again, it's like I probably wouldn't rotate in the open here. If I wanted to be here, I need to be here sooner and I need to commit. But I'm gonna be honest with you. You missed 2 Gracies. You missed your Carnage. That's it. There's nothing you can do. We don't have much to say beyond that. That's just the nature of the character. So find your rotation here. Probably clear out these fellers. Need to be decisive here, whatever you do.
I'm 2 out in the open.
Yeah. There needs to be more decisive. I think that one, this fight is worth looking at because I think the reason why mechanics are going down the toilet right now is because you feel a bit overwhelmed right now. You look overwhelmed. You look surrounded and stressed. I think you're worried about this angle here. I think you're worried about the bob, and I think you're worried about point.
More about point, yeah.
And I think the answer is in these situations, even if you C9, even if you let them cap or whatever, you just need to commit to a lane and commit to an angle and do the best that you can do. Because right now, you're not doing anything useful. You are a complete waste of oxygen right now. So you just need to trust yourself to make a decision, whether just run to point, or clear the angle. That's probably the better one, just to focus on committing to using my ult, using whatever to clear the space here. And just do the best that you can, you know? So if you feel overwhelmed in these situations, it's okay. Like, I would feel overwhelmed too, you know? Just do the best that you can with what's on your screen. Focus on hitting your shots. If your team dies, if you forget about point, that's all right. But something has to die. Otherwise, we're going to lose. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So in these overwhelming situations, allow yourself to fixate on something simple, even if it means that oh, I could have maybe done that, right? Because it's like, like we're missing our knives because we're aiming them at the floor now. We're shouting at targets that are across the map. We're carnaging 40 meters away from targets, you know? We're running past Winstons that are right in front of our face, you know? It's like everything's kind of, look, there's our first, that's like our first thing that we've actually done decent, you know, in a while. And it's not an accident that it's snowballed. Do you notice that? Because what's the problem is not your mechanics or your decision making or it's you're panicking and everything is going to crap. Just relax. It's okay. You're fine. Because you're probably looking at this and like, man, I don't normally do that, right? Like that.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, this is not really me. It's because this isn't really you, right? This is just you panicking, right? Just relax. It's okay. You just misjudged it, you know. Okay. Now, people should die here. Painful, right? Take a second.
I panic carnage out of ult all the time.
Yeah, just relax. There's no rush, right? There's no rush. They should be the one that's more stressed, you know? It's a really good ult in terms of your placement, but it just looks horrible because you're still panicked here. So here's what I would say, and the reason why I'll talk about this more is rather than... by the way, which hazard do you want to look at here? We can jump ahead to that.
Oh, the Rialto one.
Okay. The reason why I kind of emphasize this is because I think with this character more so than even something like Hazard, you're going to have more moments like this just because there's so many more mechanical plays, right? So it's going to be a lot more normal for you to kind of feel like overstimulated and stressed out because things start to snowball mechanically quickly, right? So in those moments, develop the habit of just taking a second, take a deep breath, and focus on your next Gracie. Focus on your next shot, focus on your next Carnage, whatever it needs to be. Because I've literally worked with the best players, and they have moments like that too, right? Like where just things start to go poorly, and you start kind of getting annoyed at yourself, and it just goes to crap. Just relax. It's okay. It's normal. You're playing a character that has high demands. If you lose a fight because you missed 4 Gracies in a row, okay, just don't lose the 5th, you know?
Okay.
In terms of specific strategy feedback, just be really tight with your corners. Keep fishing with your cooldowns. I really don't have much feedback. Junkerqueen is a remarkably simple character in terms of positioning. You just hold corners. If you want to rotate to different angles and flanks, that's fine too. Little habits, like you said, with maybe your ults being a little bit too far of a reach. There's too much speed with your ult. In other words, you use your ult, relax. Don't worry about the Carnage. Don't worry about the Gracie. Don't worry about the follow-up. Just focus on slowing it down with Junkerqueen more so than anything else. Make sense?
What do you recommend for the Kiriko? Because she counters it.
Just use your ult. The only thing I'd say with Kiriko is use it more mid-fight. So like don't open with your ult immediately. Take a cooldown trade, hit a Gracie, hit a Carnage, hit a couple of shots, and then go for it. You can't wait for Suzu. You could try to force Suzu with a couple of good trades, but like if you let things develop, it's really hard to Suzu all of them. And also, even if she does, you still have your cooldown reset, and everybody's freaking out. It's fine.
Okay.
People vastly overstate the importance of Suzu to ult. It's much harder than it looks, and it also doesn't deny the entire value of your ult. This is just quick play. People are being silly right now. Like
even my wall is stupid there. I should have gone in the room. I should have gone in the room.
I mean, yeah, it's stupid, but I think the idea is fine, and you could still body block her, right? So she's freaked out. She gave up, and now she's dead, right? This is fine.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't think that wall's stupid at all. I'm just happy to see because remember we talked. Was it Coliseo?
Yes.
Yeah. So
I'm surprised you remember so well.
It just you have an intention behind your wall. That's it. Like that was the big thing, right? Just have an intention behind your wall. Do something with the wall. That's all right. Good job. Yeah. This is good. Idiari, Genji, it's awkward. You know, you can turn that tension to poke out Doom. This is good. Only thing here is I'd say instead of backing off, just hold the corner, and then if you feel the need to disengage. But I don't think you guys have to disengage this even now. I guess now that your Ashe is dead, it's fine, but that's hindsight. We didn't know that at the time, right? So when you use your wall, what you're really doing is you're blocking off follow-up, but you might still hold the corner, if that makes sense. So shoot. The only reason that you'd jump away is to like actually use your slash here, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But maybe you thought the fight was lost here, in which case, I understand. But in that case, you need to kind of full disengage here. Just take high ground and do some more safe. Sure. Good wall. Yeah, this is fine.
Because he bails on that, though. Should I save it until he uses his slam?
No. Why do you think he bailed?
Oh, because the wall.
Because the wall, right? So it's like, so you prevented follow-up, you preserved your HP, you chunked a little bit of his, you got yourself in a nice staging ground. This is fine.
Now, here's where, and I hate this map. This is the worst map of the game for me.
Sure.
I have no clue where to go right now. I'm in full panic mode right now.
You're on high ground. This is fine. You just need to
I'm half health. I'm taking damage with 200
right.
now.
So then do nothing or go get a health pack.
Okay.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. The reason that this feels so badly is your team is staggered consistently, right? You have an Ashe in spawn. You have a Lucio in spawn. Your Junkrat's overextended. Your Junkrat's dead. Now you're still half health. You have no ranged healing. We're still fighting. Your Lucio is still trying to support you. Your problem here is that you got panicky again. Maybe the worst thing that you could do here is to jump in the middle of the enemy team, but just stay here, look for an opportunity to get a kill, or grab mega health pack and try again. You're fine. You have high ground. You're up close. I mean, Hazard's just like a little baby Winston, you know? Yeah. Get close. Use high ground if you can. Get an angle. You had the angle. You had proximity, and now we've lost it. You were fine. This is why you have to stay focused on what you need to do and what your responsibilities are, because the second you start getting distracted with, like, things are feeling really bad right now, like my Junkrat got picked, no, it's not your fault. It's not your fault.
But the problem is I can't read that in the middle of the fight.
But you don't need to
clearly
read that.
The Ashe is the issue.
You don't need to read that. That's my point. Stop trying to analyze what's going wrong. Only focus on what you need to do.
Okay.
You understand? So if you're the problem here and you focus on what you need to do, then you have a better chance of quote unquote fixing the problem. If the problem
But I don't know if I'm the problem or not, or if I'm doing the right thing and it's.
But if you're not the problem, then you doing something to try to fix the problem is not going to help the problem.
That's true.
If you're the problem, you will fix it. If you're not the problem, you won't fix it. So either way, it's pointless trying to fix the problem. You know?
Okay.
So when I say, like, what's the solution for you? Hold a short range off angle. Hold cover. Here, if you want to hold here, this is fine with me. If you want to go grab a mega health pack, that's fine for me. If you want to drop here and hold in this corner here instead, that's fine for me. Just don't run all the way back to your team. Unless we're going to full go out and reset. Your choice. You're standing in the open. You don't have an angle. That's the problem. You've played well up into this for the most part. I think you've had some nice walls. You've held some good angles. You just second-guessed yourself, and now we're playing poorly. Sure. You have to touch. I love the wall. We're holding space nicely. Really good. Beautiful. We're playing Hazard again. You see it? We had a little angle. We went in for a wall. We used cover well. We blocked well. Good job. From here, you're like, oh, I don't want to leave cart. Yeah, I understand. Good little slash there.
And this is going to my question earlier of, like, how much of this do I need to hold cart and when do I need to push off?
You have to hold cart.
Like,
I
have to, but I'm afraid, like, again, we get to these moments where everybody's getting trickled out in the back line by the Doom. So
can't worry about it. You got to worry about cart.
Okay.
You know? Now, if this was like, the cart was here, then you shouldn't worry about cart. Maybe if you had a May or something, like, maybe you look here and you're like, maybe I can leave cart. Maybe. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. But it's reasonable for you to look at this and think, I need to deal with cart. Yeah, so you're like, oh, I could slash that, but, you know, 1 meter. Okay. But you're like, here, you're like, maybe I could slash this, maybe not. Yeah, good job.
Because I could still stay on cart, so.
Yeah. And you look. And we're fine.
Yeah.
You might not always be fine. You might get some negative feedback for that, but if you have to touch cart, it's fine. It's okay. Yeah, not a problem at all. Good job. Like, this has been fine. This is noticeably better than Colosseo as well. No more gold Doomfist, you know, or gold Hazard. Now here, this is where you need to use your sense and probably say, I think I can leave because I hear nobody. And we've kind of won the fight, so if you wanted to go up top here, it's fine. If you want to go here, it's fine.
Okay.
I think you're thinking about it, but...
No, I'm going to stay right next to it. I think I stay here.
I don't think this is a huge mistake, though. Like, again, we're still, like, in a really tight spot. The thing is that please don't do this, right? Like, if you want to stay here, fine. If you want to stay here, fine. If you want to start here in the backup, fine. But, like, we do not want open space.
Yeah.
Whatever
this is
you
why
do...
I bail and go back in.
Yeah, you should. You definitely should have broken pylon as well. I have no idea why we just, like, let the pylon sit there the entire time.
I was panicking.
Yeah,
I'm panicking right now.
Yeah, of course.
I shoot it later, and I noticed that when I was reviewing it. I was like, I don't know why I left that.
So this is an interesting one, right? So you leaving cart here is fine. You see an ultimate opportunity, you think your team's close by, and the card is rolled back to where you have time to leave, right? It's fine.
Yeah.
The problem is that this is just a really poorly aimed ult, right? It's not always something you're gonna. Yeah, it's not gonna be always easy to land, but she's used her flight. You need to hit that target. Definitely use your wall here as well once you don't get the kill. Yeah, it's fine. Helps protect you a little bit.
I should have put it on the cart though, like right closer.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest with you. It's that low hanging fruit here is hit the freaking ult. That's it.
Yeah.
And relax. That's it. The ult. Okay. That's it. The wall was fine. The problem here is that we had an ultimate. We had 2 ultimates. They had 1, 2, 3 ultimates, and we whiffed our ultimate, and they had 3. That's it. It's not complicated.
Okay.
Yeah. So the game is simple. And then now we have a lever because it's quick play. So now we have somebody that's resetting. We're still missing somebody. So you're like, what am I doing wrong? Well, you're 4v5. This is quick play. So we're still 4v5, by the way. We're still 4v5. We're definitely 4v5. We're still 4v5. Now we're 5v5. Nope, we're still 4v5. We're still 4v5. Now we're 5v5.
I didn't even notice that. I didn't even notice that when I was reviewing. I knew somebody left at some point. I didn't realize it was that long.
So now let's see if we played Hazard. Good try. Good try. If that wall had been placed better, it would have been
behind
great.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. That was the intention, though. So that's just a mechanical thing. The strategy's there. Yeah, this is fine. Little cover here, little off angle. We're getting up close. We can absorb that pressure. Good. We have our wall again. We can go for another cycle. Yep. Beautiful. Use your wall. This is a bad wall. We should need to commit to where we were. We could have walled this off and shot Doom. We could have done anything. We're backing it. We're too scared. You see what I'm saying? Commit to your lane goal.
Yeah.
You're okay with wall. Wall is kind of like your Rhine shield. You know, you can kind of hold space with it. But it's at least we used it. Close to our wall. Yeah, we're losing the script a little bit here. Just commit to what's here. Don't worry about going backwards unless you have to.
Well, I didn't see them, so I backed up because he's overextended into it.
But he's not overextended. You see what I'm saying? It's like this is where a part of the problem for you is anticipation. You're assuming that there's nobody walking forward, and so therefore you're proven correct. But if you just assume that teammates on the enemy team are not going to be stupid, and including the Doomfist, you know that they're going to try to follow up off of this. And sure enough, there they are. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where are you? So the reason that you're like, oh, I didn't know they were there is because you didn't even look. You just assumed.
Yeah. Well, I just saw the open lane. You see me look at the open lane for a second. I see that it's open.
Right, but where do you think they're going to come from, right? Like,
they're around the corner.
Yeah,
I think we've got a moment that I can go back there and hit him. Right?
Sure, and even if it is an open lane, okay, then go fill the gap, right? Because I have a much better chance of pressuring this than pressuring this, right? This matchup for me is like, I can chip a little bit of his HP. It's not like I have to avoid Doomfist, but if he's avoiding me and this is here, then sure. Because he's just going to walk out. Right? And there he's out, right? And meanwhile, the damage has been done. The space has been created. So just hold the space. Hold the lane. I think what we're doing, like actually using our wall and cooldown has been fine. But this is basically what we're seeing here is a consequence of things going wrong in the game. Your team has died, backline has died, you're not sure where to play. You've had 4v5s basically 60% of the game, 70% of the game. And that means that you feel like, oh, this Doomfist is a problem. I have to go deal with the Doomfist. And then now what happens is the Doomfist doesn't even do anything. He only kills someone with his ultimate like 20 seconds into the fight. But you know who does a lot of things? I mean, look at our screen. You know, I mean, what is this? It's just, I just stopped streaming. But we had EDR, we had Mercy, we had Echo, we had Genji. Just need to deal with this thing that you're close to. Don't panic. Don't panic. Okay. Don't worry about putting out fires.
I feel a lot better with Hazard then. Okay. Yeah. Because even that game, I felt like it was really bad. But no, you think it's
fine. When you
got good moments.
Yeah, when you were like calm and not things weren't burning down, you played remarkably well. Like remarkably well. Like that you were gold when we spoke. This is not gold Hazard gameplay when you're focused on yourself. Holding high grounds, getting a good wall off on the Mercy. Even the stuff on cart on the end of first was like fine. It was like really fine, no problem at all. You missed your ultimate, but again, that was kind of more of a panic thing. But it's as soon as things start to get a little bit, it's the Queen mistake, right? Same thing with Queen, right? Things get a little panicky, and we start chasing targets around instead of just fighting with where we're at, just blocking off and trusting our teammates to do their jobs. You have to trust your teammates. You have to trust your teammates. Not as in, I'm going to go into the middle of the enemy backline and expect healing, but as in, my teammates are going to do something. They're going to do something. So if I could just do the best thing that I could do, my Junkrat might overextend and feed, but I'm going to try to distract that back line, and maybe my EDR can get a pick. Maybe not. You can't build habits off of hoping or assuming that they're not going to do their job, because if you do, then you're also not going to do your job, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. But yeah, when you were just kind of playing your game, not even like playing well mechanically, just trusting, then you looked fine. You looked noticeably better.
Because I only really have issues in like quick play. It feels like when I go into competitive, it feels way better. Is that just the fact of the levers and stuff?
Yeah. I mean, come on. We had people in spawn half the time. Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's not that deep, I'm not saying it's going to be all the time. I think people in ranked can get, when you have a lever in ranked, you don't get them back, right? But yeah, it's not that big of a deal.
Okay, that's why